Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside and this week's nursery tour. Here we are, oh my gosh, end of July. August is rapidly approaching. I saw somebody was saying that school starts in 2 weeks. Oh my word, where has summer gone? But summertime is definitely here. Dog days of summer, the heat and humidity are here, and there are some fantastic plants that do not care that it's hot and humid. In fact, they love that it is hot and humid. One of those is, of course, the beloved summerific hibiscus from Proven Winners. These are those great perennial hibiscus, hardy in zones like, what is it, 4 to 9. So these are very, very hardy hibiscus that will faithfully come back year after year. So we want to give you a little kind of demonstration here. We're standing here down obviously in the shrub lot, and this is Berry Awesome. And so summerific Berry Awesome, the summerifics come in a gazillion different colors, right? Lots of shades of pinks and reds and whites, creams. And so this is Berry Awesome, which is a Berry Awesome plant because it has that beautiful kind of that mauve flower on it. Notice how the petals will overlap each other, so you've got great coverage on this. This is a 3-gallon pot right here, and so kind of give you an idea. So basically this has 3 main stalks coming out of it right now. This is a perennial, so that means it's going to die completely back to the ground in the wintertime. If you plant this hibiscus right now, just like this, right now in the heat and humidity of the summer, then basically you're going to get that kind of hibiscus 1 year from now. This year, if you go ahead and plant it, you're going to get half the size of that. So you're going to get tons of new stalks coming out because the summerifics do love the heat and humidity. They love water. And so for us as a grower, is honestly kind of hard for us to keep enough water on these 3-gallon plants right now because they are in the can and they are very vigorous on their root system. This time last year, we planted those hibiscus, and those hibiscus, when we planted them, were this size, if even this full. Rapid growers. You get gorgeous blooms all summer long, really kind of starting for us, late June all the way through October last year that we had blooms on them. Lots of different colors. For example, this is the new Lilac Crush. This has been very, very popular. We had a ton of people come this past weekend and grab this one. New color. It is that beautiful kind of that light purple color, and it's interesting because in the afternoon it'll actually turn a little bit like a blue hue to it. So you've got like the Berry Awesome, the Lilac Crush, then we've got like Holy Grail, which is that really, really rich red. I want to show you also, let's see, we'll go up here because there's some hanging out up here right quick. Spinderella is, look at this. So Spinderella is really fun because it is that bicolor, it has that pink and that white together with that really deep red throat right there. This is some of the Holy Grail. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Big, massive, huge red leaves on the dark foliage. Just absolutely gorgeous. So also got hydrangeas. 'Tis the season for hydrangeas, especially your Panicle hydrangeas. Here we have Limelight Prime. So Limelight Prime is relatively new on the market. I was trying to see if I can grab a tag for you sweet people. So Limelight Prime is going to have stronger, sturdier stems than Limelight. Not quite as big as Limelight. It is going to be 4 to 6 feet tall, 4 to 5 wide. So this is great for people that don't have room for the massive Limelights, right? It is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 8, strong, sturdy stems, really nice. Yeah, so we've got those. Go ahead and get these in the ground. Yeah, you can. You're just gonna have to watch your water. Make sure that you get them plenty of water because with the heat and humidity, that is, something you just have to watch for sure on that. Tidbits. So, such a fun. So if you even have more of a petite area that you need to fill in, then the Firelight Tidbit is a great one. Firelight Tidbit is going to be one of the smallest Panicle hydrangeas that will mature to a size of 2 to 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. We saw this really kind of at maturity when we were at Spring Meadow there at the nursery at Spring Meadow, beautiful, really nice, tight habit on it. It is going to be, of course, that sun to part shade and hardy in zones 3 to 8. Panicles, I just love panicles because you're guaranteed to have blooms every single year, and they are just, they love the sun, they can handle the heat and humidity like a champ. They do not care whatsoever about that heat and humidity. Before we go up to the nursery, before we go up to the greenhouse, can we just come over here real quick and do a little look-see at the display garden? Because talking about heat and humidity and flushing out and just looking glorious, this bed's coming along quite nicely, y'all. So you remember we planted this in the spring, I guess it was probably later spring that it was kind of late in the spring that we planted it. So we have, it's just filled in so nicely. I'll try to remember to link that video for you. But you can see up here, it has been so much fun for us to watch like this combo really of these three, as far as the sun-credible sunflowers, right? So this gorgeous, continuous blooming sunflower, it is an annual, beautiful height. They have filled in between that, the Trufula Pink Gumfrina, and then the Rockin' Deep Salvia, deep purple salvia. The pollinators are absolutely losing their mind because they love this combination for sure. And so we've got tons of pollinators. That salvia is like, it is covered in honeybees, absolutely covered. We've got some butterfly bushes back there in cans, and so the butterflies are on that. But a lot of these are new introductions for next year, right? So this is like the cherry drop coleus, which is kind of a trailing coleus. We've noticed we need to work on our soil amendments down here because these seem to be struggling just a little bit more. It's not the plant's fault. I think it's probably our fault, but the saffron finch, that's the new one. Of course, the new pink cashmere, that is the new superbena. And then look at this, just filling in so nicely. To give you an idea, this is that Firelight Tidbit. We planted it when we did the bed. So it is, you know, it's not even, gosh, what, 6 months in the ground. And so it is filling in. The new Supertunia right here behind that is the Supertunia Hoopla Vivid Orchid. Whole new series. Love that, doing great, and just everything though is just filling in so nicely. So I just wanted to give you kind of an update on how everything is looking right here, nice and lush. Speaking of annuals, you absolutely can go ahead and get some of these in the ground. A lot of you came this past weekend and this week to take advantage of our buy one get one free sale. And so I want to walk through just kind of real quickly and show you what we have left, because I've been getting lots of messages saying, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? And so we're going to kind of give you a bit of a real-time inventory of what is going on. So just to recap, all the annuals, and I think it's, Cece went ahead and arranged everything in this greenhouse, right?
Pretty sure except for the stuff that's outside.
And then there's additional stuff outside. So if it's in this greenhouse, it is buy one, get one free. And so, yeah. Everything in this greenhouse is buy one, get one free. It's of equal value. So for example, if you buy 1 gallon, then you get another gallon free. So if you want to buy a gallon of the climbing sweet potato vine and you want a gallon grass, buy one, get one free. All of the grandes are the same thing. So here we have our mini vistas, the mini vista indigo, mini vista yellow, the pink star, the new midnight, white, hot pink, right? So there's tons.
It's not too late for petunias.
Oh my word, no, it's not too late for petunias.
Keep it going. You will reap rewards this fall.
Absolutely. So Jerry's not mic'd up, but so just in case you didn't hear him, he said it's not too late. You go ahead and plant them now, get them in a container, get them in the ground. Either way, give them a little trim, give them some fertilizer. My gosh, they will absolutely explode in color, and if you're local, they will go all the way through a hard freeze. So you can go through October into early November, depending on the weather, and they will continue to give you loads of color. It is a great way to kind of refresh your garden. Look at this. Look at this Bordeaux. Look how beautiful that Bordeaux is. Gorgeous. And you can plant, if you want to, plant your annuals thinking about like fall colors. We've got sweet potato vine, still got beautiful sweet potato vine, the plum dandy. I mean, these are foliage plants, and we got grasses, the skyrocket grasses. If you plant this, I guarantee, like, look, these things are ready to get out of the cans. So when they look like this and they've got roots coming out, that means when you take the can off, break it up, right? Plant it, and they're going to explode in growth. They are going to be so happy. But lots of great options. This Augusta lavender is a really fun plant. We have found, we sell it as an annual, but we have found that it will actually come back for us, even though it's like not, it's hardy in zones 9 to 11. I have no idea why it comes back. When we put it in the ground, it comes back for us. So there you go. Pentas in gallons, Cleome, again, get these out of these cans. Honest Jerry just said, I don't know why these are still here. People, grab them, take them home and put them in containers or the landscape, and they will do great. Again, buy one, get one free. Grasses, look at all these beautiful grasses. If the skyrocket in the grande is too small, go ahead and get one in the gallon. It's got the plumes on it. All of these are those skyrockets. You've got the blue mohawk, such a fun grass. This will actually be a perennial. It loves it wet. So if you can put it in an area that stays a little damp, you're gonna get gorgeous. Like, look at that. Beautiful, nice and big. So if you have an area that you're like, oh my gosh, it's so wet and I just can't, nothing will grow, put this in there. You get a perennial grass. Lemongrass to get rid of those pesky mosquitoes, all sorts of fun things. We've still got some ferns, Boston ferns, coleus. I think we got a couple of caladiums, but look at that beautiful coleus. Gorgeous colors on it. This is a great thing to use in the fall. Coleus will transition beautifully to the fall. Cece has paired it with some of that trailing sweet potato vine that's nice and dark. Sun patience. If you don't have sun patience in your yard and you're like, I need a plant that gives me color and interest with no fuss and no maintenance, sun patience are the way to go. Yes, if you can give them a little bit of a break in the late afternoon sun, they tend to do better. Or if you can put them in an area with a good irrigation, lots of water, then they will be fine. Again, these are going to explode when you put them in a container or the landscape. Still, nice dark color would transition beautifully to the fall. The campfire flame, the campfire, not campfire, Goldilocks rocks, beautiful. And if you're looking to support your pollinators, these are wonderful ones because they've got little pollinators all over them. I just can't say enough of great things. Euphorbias, even though these are a little different, the mangaves are still buy one, get one free. A lot of people came and got these. These are such fun plants that you can really get a diversity of color and interest. So we have purple people eater right here, and then we have pineapple express, right? So they're still mangaves, but they are very different in their looks and their structure. These do wonderful in containers. The more water you give them, the faster they grow. In the wintertime, just stick them in your garage or your carport or somewhere that's a little bit protected, and they will do really, really well. One other thing, these are, when we did this last week, I guess it was when we talked about this, we got some confusion, not pushback, but chick charms. Yes, they are perennials. Fully aware of that, hardy up to zone 3, but we're including them in the buy one get one. And we had some folks coming up and loading up, which I was so excited to see. So all the chick charms, these are the sempervivums, right? The hen and chicks, beautiful succulents that are cold hardy to zone 3. They are buy one get one free, as are the living canvases. The living canvas are more on the annual side. But in the wintertime, you could bring them in the house and overwinter them, and they would do great. Love the sun, just great plants. We're gonna go this way. Poor Jerry has to keep up with me. So last week when we came in and we were kind of highlighting different things, we stopped and hit this display right here because we had the royal raspberry, agastache, and then some other things up here. My gosh, y'all, you sweet people came and cleaned us out. Like, you were like, we love that plant, we're gonna grab it. So Cece has restocked us. We are good to go. But we have got, this is the meant to be Queen Nectarine. This is that part of that new agastache from Walter's Gardens and Proven Winners. Massive pollinator attractor. This is going to be taller than the royal raspberry, but just a beautiful soft color, and pollinators of all sizes. Yes, you get your honeybees and your bumblebees, but you also get really small little guys in here, and they are just as important. Then we've got the echinacea, the one in a melon. These would pair beautifully. And if you are looking for something for your late winter garden, like late summer garden, early fall, sedums. So sedums are a wonderful perennial in your garden that up to this point, they give you really fun texture and interest, right? But when they shine is in the late summer, early fall, because that's when they start to bloom. But you can have gorgeous, like this is the Rock and Grow back in black. So imagine this kind of in the front of your border, totally different texture. I mean, near black foliage. This is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 9, so extremely adaptable. And then you get those near black leaves and then beautiful flowers with a little bit of red and cream in them. And they hate fertilizer. They're drought tolerant. I mean, what else can you ask for a perennial? So these would all pair beautifully together. If you don't like the black, then we've got the tiramisu. So tiramisu is a little bit more green. You can see how it's coming up because it's getting ready to put on, start making those buds. And this is going to give you pink buds, pink and cream buds that transition. So lots of, they got the Nephophias. Here is coral jade sedum. You can see where it's starting to put on those flower buds. You've got deer, alliums, you know, there's just so much. There are so many options, and you absolutely can be adding to your garden right now. I'm gonna let Jerry flip because I'm gonna show you these budlias, these butterfly bushes. So I want to grab one, but I also don't want to grab one because we've got a honeybee and then we've got a swallowtail on this. This is Grand Cascade. And Grand Cascade, that series, the Cascade series, comes from our friends at Walter's Gardens. And, oh, excuse me, this is Violet Cascade, not Grand Cascade. They're just two slightly different colors. But these buddleia, butterfly bushes, are amazing perennials that are hardy in zones 5 to 10. They're going to get to be about 4 to 5 feet tall and about 5 to 6 feet wide. So they're going to be wider than they are tall. If you remember, I moved the pink Cascade 2 over into the berm, but they will have massive blooms. I mean, absolutely massive. Put this in the ground right now, it'll be a happy, happy camper for sure. Still part of the whole buy one, get one, like all of these quart size, all the gallons, everything here, grasses, all of this stuff is that buy one, get one free. So we had some confusion. Buy one, get one free annuals. Sorry, not perennials and not shrubs. Aquapots are 25% off, so there you go. But perennials and shrubs, not part of the sale, only the annuals. Now I know the petals look a little rough. They've been chewed on by some friends. But look at these, you've got echinaceas, you've got rudbeckia, your goldstrom, you got your echinaceas, all different kinds of colors. We've got back to the fuchsia. The alliums are getting ready just to explode in color. Just lots and lots of great options for you to add to your garden. Let's see, Jer, do we want to go over to the pines? Yeah, just for a few minutes. Why not? Why not? Now, if you're looking for shade options, right? So, of course, you can absolutely still add some shade perennials. In fact, I'm going to switch out 2 of my urns that are by the garage, and the annuals, I think they're getting too much sun. They can't handle this summer sun, so I'm taking them out and I'm going to put in feather falls, right? So that's that beautiful, right here, beautiful evergreen. This is a Carex, really nice. It has that trailing weeping habit, whatever you want to call that, beautiful. So it's a part shade perennial, and I've noticed that they can do more sun than maybe some other things. And so this will get nice and big, about 18 inches tall, and then they will get huge. So this will be a great addition that I can do into my garden, in my urns. So don't be afraid to think, oh my gosh, I can't do, I can't add things. Absolutely, you sure can. Just the options are absolutely incredible, right? You've got hostas, you've got brunnera. So the point is, right, get out to your local garden center, wherever you may be, right? Because a lot of people, we get a lot of questions of what would be the best plant for me to plant in my part shade garden. I'm in Pennsylvania, or I'm in Utah, or I'm in California. I would love to help you, but I'm not an expert in your region. I am an expert in my region, and I can absolutely guide people on what they need to plant around in the southeast, because I've got that. But go to your local garden center, because you have a completely different climate. You have a completely different set of plants that you can pull from. So your local garden center is going to be your best place to go for advice on plants that will thrive in your area. So wherever you are, go visit your local garden center. If it's too hot, dream about the fall and make plans and make your garden shopping list and go visit them in the fall. Because I know we've got some people, like, I'm looking at you, Texas, like you're cooking. You're cooking pretty good. So you're just trying to keep your gardens alive and happy. So visit your local garden center. Lots of great options out there for you to choose from. Fall is going to be here before you know it. And fall is a fantastic time to plant those perennials, shrubs, and trees. So make some plans, get ready, because the heat hopefully is going to be gone before we know it. And that way you can get out there and just have lots of fun in your garden this fall and the coming months for sure. So as always, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.